Hello and welcome. I'll call this meeting to order. Please join me for a moment of silence and the pledge. Okay, again, welcome. This is our first meeting of the year. We've got a little bit of business to take care of before we get to the fun part. Every school board must elect a president, a vice president, and a secretary as part of the annual board reorganization process every January. The board met in a work session last month to determine this year's slate of officers, which is as follows. President, Amber Willis. Vice President, Mike Steele. And Secretary, Jimmy Cox. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the nomination of the board's School of Trustees, President, Vice President, and Secretary as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the nomination of the Board of School Trustees President, Vice President, and Secretary. Is there any discussion or any questions? I think we talked about it enough. Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, motion passes. At this time, I will hand the meeting over to our newly elected president, Amber Willis, in addition to the official gavel.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill. All right, another requirement of our annual board meeting is the reorganization process to appoint the treasurer of the board in the school corporation. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve Marcia Bohannon as corporation treasurer and Karen Cross as deputy treasurer.
So moved.
Second?
Great. There's been a motion to approve and a second. Marcia Bohannon as corporation treasurer and Karen Cross as deputy treasurer. Is there any discussion or any questions?
We're lucky to have him.
Okay, great. Hearing none. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passes. All right, the next part of the meeting that we have to do is the approval of our tentative school board meetings and tentative work session dates from January 2024 to December 2024. Each January, the board approves a calendar of regular board meetings and work session dates on the proposed 2024 board meeting calendar. Regular board meetings scheduled on the second Tuesday of the month with the exception of April and July. Work sessions are scheduled prior to each regular board meeting and also on the fourth Tuesday of the month with the exception of December due to winter break. Work sessions are open to the public and can be canceled if needed. Executive sessions are scheduled as needed and are not open to the public. Westfield Washington Schools provides the times in the Hamilton County Reporter with public notices of all meetings. They can choose to publish or not. Meeting dates are published on the WWS district website, on the district board doc site, and on the door of the administration building at least 48 hours in advance. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the board meeting and tentative work session dates for 2024 as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Great. It's been moved and seconded to approve the board meeting and tentative work schedule sessions dates for 2024. Is there any discussion or questions? None? All right. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, say nay. Motion passes.
Sorry, just kidding.
I was like, I heard you
Just
say.
repeating after you.
All right,
You
don't
made the
repeat after
troublemaker
me.
now, aren't you?
Okay, you're tripping me up here. All right. Next, we are going to discuss the committee appointments by the school board. This is reorganization agenda is the approval of all board committee appointments. The board determined who will serve on each committee at our last work session last month. There are no changes from the prior year other than the addition of curriculum committee. At the a list of the committee assignments are posted on the display and screen, and we will also post these on our website with board docs. So everyone's committee has stayed the same. So at this time, I will would entertain a motion to approve all board committee appointments as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Great, thanks, Jimmy. It has been moved and seconded to approve all board committee appointments as presented. Is there any discussion or questions? None. Great. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passes. All right. Next, the compensation of board members. This is the next item on the agenda to approve Resolution 2024-1, compensation of board members. Resolution 2024-1 outlines specific per diem pay rates as allowed by the Indiana school laws and rules. Church, Hiddle, and Antrim drafted the resolution that has become part of our annual reorganization meeting. Board members may receive up to $2,000 per year for their service, plus a per diem Indiana Code 20-26-4-7. Per diem rates for attendance at school board meetings. The maximum rate for 2024 continue to be $112 for regular meetings, which are those meetings established by the board resolution, and $62 for other meetings such as special meetings, executive sessions, and committee meetings. At this time, I will take a motion, or would entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2024-1, compensation of school board members as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2024-1, compensation of board members. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passes. All right. The final part of this section is going over board norms. This is the final item of the board reorganization agenda, is to affirm the school board trustee norms. The board norms were built through a consensus to determine the best practices and serve the principles that guide behaviors and board relationships. The norms will be posted on our board doc page for anyone interested in reading them. At this time, I will entertain a motion to affirm the Westfield Washington School Board trustee norms as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to affirm that the Westfield Washington School Board trustee norms. Is there any discussion or any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, here's the favorite part of the meeting, Student of the Month. So thank you for your patience as we work through all of those fun items. So a couple things to note. We have Mr. Dixon here to take professional photos of all the students as they're receiving their awards here in the front. Once we get through all the schools, there will be an intermission where everyone can go out in the hallway and get family pictures that he will also provide for you. And then after that, you guys can stay for the rest of our business meeting, or you may enjoy your evening. Okay, so first we will have the, I mean, it's really fun up here. I don't know why everyone's laughing. All right, so we will first start with the Virginia F. Wood Early Learning Center. I guess no one wants to stay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marcy Dorado. I am the director of the Early Learning Center, and I am very pleased to announce to you today Oliver Springer. He's such a joy to have in our building. As you can see, he's always smiling. He's very inquisitive and just a pleasure to have. Also with us today are two of his teachers, because he's lucky enough to be in a co-teach classroom. And our co-teach classrooms have a special education teacher and a lead teacher for all aboard. With me is Emily Beck, and in the back is his other teacher, Laura Burns. But Emily has a few things she would like to share with you about Oliver.
Okay. As Marcy said, Oliver is such a joy to have in class. He's always ready and demonstrates the best behavior both with his teachers and with his friends. Whenever another child is in need, anything, a hug, a toy, Oliver always tries to see if he can help. He shares and he takes turns with his friends and is constantly patient and calm and silly. He is eager to learn and try new things and ask the best questions. Oliver is very good at following directions and independently transitions from different activities, including when he is pulled for speech. He does a very good job. And his speech teacher also readily recommended Oliver for this award as well. And she wanted to share that he is motivated to complete his work and requires minimal to no redirection back to tasks. So she just wanted to say that Oliver is a really good student, and he's a wonderful friend and a person, and he is perfect for Student of the Month. Good job, buddy. Oh, yeah.
All right, next we have Maple Glen.
All right, Beckham obviously went home and redid his hair after school today. I did not get the warning, buddy, to go home and redo it. I am Mary Beth Fisher. I'm the principal at Maple Glen, and I'm here with Mrs. Rutz, Beckham's second grade teacher. Beckham was nominated not just by one teacher, but by two teachers as the Maple Glen Student of the Month. Mrs. McClellan, our STEM teacher who couldn't be here, also recommended him. And at Maple Glen, we celebrate Leaf Leaders, and Beckham was nominated for the L part of that as being a lifelong learner, and for the E part of being empathetic. Mrs. McClellan wrote, Beckham consistently demonstrates each of the Leaf Leader lifelines in STEM. He also exemplifies how to use the 5 C's of STEM. He comes in always ready to learn, is excellent in communicating and collaborating with his peers. He can work critically and creatively with everyone, and he's willing to compromise when needed for the good of the project or task at hand. Beckham is very respectful and really is a role model for his kind and considerate ways. What I most appreciate about Beckham is that he embraces learning. And I'll hand it over to Mrs. Ritz.
I agree. Beckham exemplifies our Leaf Leader expectations at Maple Glen. He strives to be a lifelong learner and leader in his studies as he works tirelessly to grow his brain. Beckham also has an amazing attitude when pulled for any sort of small group and takes each moment as an opportunity to learn. Beckham has great empathy for others. On more than one occasion, Beckham has stepped in to help a classmate quickly and quietly so that they too can become a learner in our classroom. He is a true role model in our classroom as he demonstrates day in and day out our school-wide expectations. He is a true joy to teach and is loved by his teachers and his peers. Beckham is a Leaf Leader in every sense of the word.
And so, Beckham, we have a book to give to you, and Mrs. McClellan also wrote a note in here, and this is our class book that I'm sure you've heard from Mrs. Rutz a time or two. So we want you to take this home with you, and please join us in celebrating Beckham Broker as our January Student of the Month.
Next, we'll have Monon Trail. Hear me?
Good evening. My name is Jeremy Marvel. I'm the principal at Monon Trail Elementary School, and we have Henry Allen as our Monon Trail Student of the Month, and also his third grade teacher, Melissa Schaefer, along with us to celebrate Henry. And he just comes to school every single day ready to learn. If you talked about our ROC's expectations, our guiding principles throughout the district, this kid epitomizes them all every single day. He's a joy to the classroom and all of his friends that he has within the building. I know Mrs. Schaefer is going to share a little bit more about that, but he is one of those students that you can always count on doing the right thing and treating people right.
Hi there. So nice to be here tonight. It's a privilege to get to see Henry get this award. I was thinking about the ROCKS expectations, and we have responsible for our R and collaborative for our C, and those were the big ones that I thought exemplified how Henry participates in class. When he collaborates, he's loud and proud. He helps his peers learn. He gives good examples. He's so kind and just exceptional learner in class. When all of us third grade teachers were sitting down to meet and discuss out of the many options that we had, Henry was a unanimous pick. So we're very proud of the progress that he's made, and we're going to look forward to the rest of the year together.
So I talked with a few of his classmates and our related arts teachers. One back there, Mrs. Dale's here to help celebrate Henry. And they all basically said the same thing. Kind, hard worker, leads by example, and that's why Henry is our Student of the Month. So join us in congratulating Henry as Monon Trail Student of the Month.
All right, up next, Oak Trace.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jane Hitch. I am the proud principal at Oak Trace Elementary. And boy, do I have an amazing girl for you to meet today. This is my friend Savvy. I want you to see if you hear any common themes when I talk to many of your teachers. She was nominated by several teachers because she's pretty great. So, Mrs. Patchett, you've got a great one coming up next year. And we're very excited. Her teacher is right up here, Miss Bogey, and her daughter Mia, who is a future Student of the Month, I'm quite sure. And we're both just so proud to be here to talk a little bit about Savvy today. Mrs. Fryermood, your kindergarten teacher, was very insistent that you get this award as well. She loves you, and she said you used to always come to school with a big smile on your face and excited to learn. The thing that she admires most about Savvy is her genuine heart and how she truly cared about every one of her classmates. And on many occasions, she would happily pair up with classmates that would shy away due to some of their others would shy away from due to their challenging behaviors. Savvy said, I'll be their partner anytime. So she loved to do that. She wants to make sure that all students are included. Mrs. Coley, who's retired, but she still wanted to talk about you, she said that you cared for everybody in their class, and you were one of the first people to ask how you could help, and that you included everyone. Notice how she's including everybody in every grade. Mrs. Marvel, her second grade teacher, talked about how hardworking she is and how she strives to do her best. But what really stands out is her kindness. She's loving to everyone that she comes in contact with. If you ever met her, you're greeted with this sweet smile, there it is, and a welcoming conversation. Mrs. Higgins from last year said that she goes above and beyond to do her very best. She's a kind soul and is aware of others around her so she can help them succeed. Again, she's always giving to others. And Miss Bogey here, her fourth grade teacher, shared she's an all-star student, friend, and classmate. She can always count on you to give your all, and your infectious positive attitude goes a long way. Savvy will go out of her way to lift a classmate in need. We're lucky to have such a bright, caring, humble student at Oak Trace, and I totally agree. We just know we can count on her to include everybody, to be a kind, great example of treating people right and doing the right thing. Give a round of applause to Savvy.
All right, next up we have Shamrock Springs. Oh.
My name's Rob Hedges, principal at Shamrock Springs Elementary School, and I'm not going to look at her because I'm going to get emotional. But Cece Ray is our Student of the Month, and she's a special girl. And as I was driving over here today, my dad passed away 6 years ago, and there's something he said right before he passed away that reminds me of Cece. Doing my starfish breathing. All right, I'm good now. But he said, you know what, your treasures in heaven will be measured based upon the amount of joy that you bring to other people. Cece your cup overfloweth with the joy that you bring to everybody that you come in contact with. She's a huge Purdue fan. Huge Purdue fan. And that's a very common theme for her, which you'll see here from some of the things the staff members said. From Angie Hall. Cece, you are full of life and love. From your days in developmental preschool until now, you have shown remarkable growth. The shy girl I met years ago has evolved into a girl that is not afraid to embrace new challenges and take positive risk. What a gift to witness your personal growth and how beautiful spirit positively impacts all who are lucky to know you. Your presence, your smile, your sense of humor impacts the entire school and makes our days bright. This is just the beginning of your growth journey. Boil her up, sweet girl. Mrs. Wire, her speech teacher. I have had the privilege of knowing Cece for 3 years now. Her love for others and smile radiate through Shamrock Springs School. And school and communication do not come easily for Cece. However, this year she has shown us she's ready to take off. She now walks the halls confidently and uses her communication device to interact with others. We set a goal this year to attend Purdue University. Boil her up. Mrs. Vanderveen, her kindergarten teacher. Every person that Cece meets knows that she is a people person. She has a gift for bringing joy to all that she meets. This year, Cece has grown as she has learned her letters and consistently contributes in class conversations. She has also taken off when it comes to walking. Instead of seeing her cruise the halls in her cruiser, you can now see her zooming along on her own 2 feet. Every day she proves that she can do anything she sets her mind to with some hard work and a well-timed break to say, boil her up. From Heather Stevens, instructional assistant. I have had the honor of working with Cece throughout this school year. Cece is a remarkable individual who embodies the true spirit of resilience and growth. Cece has not only conquered her personal challenges, but has also become a radiant presence in every room she enters. Her warmth and compassion have endeared her to all of us, and her ambition and drive are evident in her aspiration to attend Purdue University. Cece's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, and I wholeheartedly believe that she is more than deserving of the Student of the Month award. Let us celebrate Cece's triumphs and honor her as a shining example of resilience, courage, and achievement. Cece, congratulations on representing Shamrock Springs proudly as our Student of the Month. Let's hear it for Cece.
Next up, Washington Woods.
All right, I have to just put a plug in. My nickname growing up was Cece, and I'm a huge Purdue fan. I grew up in West Lafayette, so Cece, I'd got to give you a boiler up too. Congratulations. All right, Washington Woods wants to celebrate Joshua. And I'm going to find my voice today, Joshua, okay, because normally I just read what Mrs. Zach gives me. But Joshua, we are a Leader in Me school, and we celebrate the habits of healthy kids. And he was nominated for Habit 8, which is Find Your Voice. So Joshua's been with us since kindergarten at Washington Woods, and he is our go-to leader guy. I mean, if we need something done, if there is a leadership role to be filled, it's this guy right here. So we've got him in training because when he leaves us next year, or the end of this year, we're going to need some more leaders in training, right? He works daily on our announcements, on the crew. He keeps our announcements up live and running every morning. Choir, Trailblazers. What am I missing? celebration team. I mean, we could go on and on. So when we looked at leadership and who we wanted to recognize this month, you were a shoe-in, right? Okay, I'm going to let your teacher say some nice words too, okay?
All right. Hi, I'm Miss McGinnis. I teach fourth grade. I get to have Joshua in my class. And just some things that I would like to share about him is that he's kind and respectful and compassionate. He is always willing to lend a helping hand to those around him, even without being asked. Joshua is a great leader in our classroom and in the school. He has been a part of leading the morning broadcast for the past couple years and has done an exceptional job. It's always ready to go when we need it. In our classroom, I can always count on him to show kindness and respect to both his classmates and me. He is supportive and encouraging to those around him. Joshua does a wonderful job at participating in class and working hard on each of his assignments. I am so proud of the leader Joshua has become and still is, and I look forward to seeing how much more you grow. And then Joshua's mom wanted to share some words about him as well. Growing is hard work. Joshua, you have learned your actions and words are powerful. I see you working and learning every day. You have become a kind-hearted, smart, hard-working, caring, good friend, listener, and teacher to those around you via example. You have and continue to make a difference in our lives at home and in your school. And I'm excited to see what you will do next. You continue to make me proud each and every day.
Joshua, everybody at Washington Woods wants to say congratulations. Thank you for helping us develop our next group of leaders.
All right, next we have Carrie Ridge.
Hello, I'm Andy Hilton. I'm the proud principal at Cary Ridge Elementary, and this is Hannah Foss. She is our student of the month. Each month at Cary Ridge, we pick a different lifeline, responsibility, grit, hard work, things like that, and we focus on that. And then our teachers nominate students, and Hannah was here for honesty. And then once we look at all those great kids from the different classrooms, Hannah stood out over everyone. Quite a few teachers nominated her. So I have a few things to say, Hannah, that your teachers shared. Your current teacher, Mrs. Foster, in third grade. Hannah is an incredible student. She is very responsible with her work and her actions. I love how brave she is consistently offering answers in class. This last month, our classroom worked on honesty, and Hannah showed that every day. If she made a mistake or forgot something, she was quick to take responsibility for it and never makes excuses. She owns up to things honestly. She earns other people's trust easily by naturally and honestly being herself. I am so proud of Hannah and can't wait to see all of her future successes. Mr. Byers, your first grade teacher, said, Hannah was in my first grade class, and her sister Aubrey is currently. What a ray of sunshine she is, always smiling, always making others feel special, and such a hard worker. She gives 110% towards everything. She comes from such a great family. Hannah is one of the kindest students that I ever had the opportunity to teach. And then Mrs. Russell, your kindergarten teacher, said Hannah was in my virtual kindergarten class. Even through Zoom, she was showing up every day with a smile. She is such a hard worker, great friend, and a joy to have in class. Kindergarten was such a unique experience online, and years later, it is so fun to get to see each other in person daily. Anyone who crosses paths with Hannah will be left with a smile and a little extra joy in their life. So from all the people at Cary Ridge, congratulations, Hannah.
Next. Westfield Intermediate School.
Good evening. I'm Annette Patchett. I'm the principal at the intermediate school. And unlike the elementaries, we haven't had 6 years or 6 teachers to tell us how wonderful our students are. We've only had since August. But out of 1,500 students, Isaac Whipple stood out, and that's pretty amazing. So we are super excited to celebrate him this evening. As soon as I walked in, Mrs. Hitch in the back said, "Wow, you've got a good one here tonight." So Oak Trace is celebrating you back there as well. Thank you for being here. And Mr. Dubovich, his 5th grade math teacher, is here to celebrate as well.
I promised I wouldn't embarrass him tonight, so I'll try to do my best for you. Isaac's one of those kids that we would love to clone in our classroom if we can clone students, because he comes in every day with a smile on his face, just like tonight. He works hard. He's a high achiever in a class of very high achieving kids. He stands out. He's very modest. He works with kids in the classroom. He always has been successful this entire year, and both Mrs. Connor, his language arts teacher who couldn't be here tonight, in my class. And through it all, he never makes a big deal about it. He's very humble and goes about his business and always works with other kids. He's one of those kids that I can put him with anybody, and I know that you're going to get along with him. I've never heard a bad word said about you from any of your peers, and that's saying something in 5th grade sometimes. But you really, I just love teaching you. You come in and you're willing to work really hard. I try to throw some hard things your way, and you never complain about it. And you're always willing to give me your best effort with a smile on your face and never doubt your abilities. So he's such a great kid, he even dresses like me. So yeah. So congratulations. I could not think of anybody more deserving than you, Isaac.
Next, we have Westfield Middle School.
Hello, good evening. I'm Stacy Swan, the principal at the middle school, and I could echo what Mrs. Patchett had to say as well, because it is difficult when you're getting to know all the students we get to know at the intermediate, the middle school, and the high school, but we definitely have some spectacular students to pick from, and I'm here to introduce Jaswanth Nuna, who is our student of the month, and I get to know him through his classroom observations, and one of the things that is going to stand out in kind of the descriptions from his teachers is his positive attitude. He always has a smile on his face and a genuine love for learning. All the time he is learning and trying to learn more, and that, I would like to say, that doesn't diminish, but sometimes we don't see that as prevalent in the middle school, that excitement for learning. But Jaswanth here has an excitement that comes from down deep and just a love for learning. So that's very exciting to see. So I'm going to let his teachers tell a little bit more about him in the classroom.
Hi, I'm Mr. Coleman, his 7th grade science teacher. I'll be very brief. Jaswanth makes class very easy. Sometimes I sit there at my desk or I'm standing up looking at my class and I look at him and I'm like, I don't need to be getting paid this much, maybe. Like, this is pretty easy with him in the class right now. That's a joke, by the way, okay? I'm just joking, all right? Just kidding. But seriously, he's hardworking. He's on task. He is intelligent. He comes and asks questions. He generally wants to learn. But more importantly to me, he's nice to others around him. He's kind to others around him. He's helpful to others around him. He's positive to everyone around him. And he generally makes it I'm super, blessed to be his teacher. I'm glad. I'm excited. I'm glad I get to spend the rest of the year with him. He's a great kid.
Do you have it written down? I'll even read what I put. Yeah. So several of us wrote a few things. I'll start by saying, actually, we can even top the intermediate school in that Jaswanth just joined us. What month was it this year? August. But we'd already started school, right? Yes, so the end of August, Jaswanth joined us, and I recall meeting him at the car the first day, and Dad was dropping him off, and he was gonna, he's concerned, as a parent would be, and Jaswanth said, nope, I got this, I got it, and he went, and he has not slowed down since, and he does absolutely have it. And so His commitment to learning, kindness towards others, and eagerness to go above and beyond embody and encourage our guiding principles. He arrives each day with a smile and a positive attitude and seeking ways to contribute to our school community. And I can't stress that enough. He's always looking for opportunities in which he can help. His empathy, unique perspective, leadership, and determination to excel make him an inspiration not only to his peers, but to his teachers. It's a sincere privilege and it's a joy to witness where he's come so far growing and how just to watch you continue through this journey and beyond.
Just to add quickly, yesterday we had our Student of the Month popcorn party, and I look over and Josmonth is over there reading his book just for enjoyment, and so other kids are kind of running around, and I did want to know what book.
It was King Chronicles.
King Chronicles. So we want to congratulate you for your Student of the Month, and thank you for being a student at the middle school with us. We enjoy every moment with you. Congratulations.
All right, up next, Westfield High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia Deniston. I'm principal at Westfield High School, and I am very excited to introduce you to Elizabeth Snowden tonight, and she is our Student of the Month. And she, as well as many have mentioned, multiple nominations. I can say the same for Elizabeth, that so many staff members came forward and brought her up as a deserving recipient. And one of the things I enjoy is having her in my office to share that she has been nominated. And then I ask her a little bit about future plans, but say, this is not a pressure thing. You have time to decide, but a couple things that I learned is, one is she shares an interest of mine, and that is in journalism. And so that is an area that she wishes to explore. She also loves music, is looking at schools in the Indiana area, but also kind of looking at Western Michigan a little bit as well, in some schools in Ohio. She has been very involved this year and really has been shining as a leader for our Black Student Union. And many have just commented what a great example she has been for other students, and in truly empowering them to have a voice as well. And before I embarrass you further with some of what the staff members have shared, one thing I will say that truly impressed me when we spoke is, many of the staff members talked about her growth, her grit, her work ethic, and how that has grown over the last several years. And she was so quick to credit the adults in the building and people like Miss D, who is here supporting her tonight, as well as Coach Gilbert and even our leadership team. And, a lot of times the admin team, we don't get a whole lot of, we're so appreciative for the times that we met with them, but she was just so quick to mention others. And so that confident humility I see in her as well. But I'm just going to read you. I'm going to give you what people have said, but I'm going to share a few tonight that just highlight how outstanding this young woman is. So first is from our student mentor, Deanna Smith, who's here supporting you tonight. And she has written, from Elizabeth's freshman year until now, her grades have improved, her mindset has grown, and her leadership skills have developed tremendously. Elizabeth is one who listens to what one has to say and processes it to help her with her own personal growth. She is very caring, hardworking, and respectful. She continues to put her best foot forward even when no one is looking, and that, I love that. She is a rock that shines. From her growth mindset, her leadership skills, to her growing success, she continues to display in the classroom. Elizabeth is one who listens to what one has to say, and she also does well setting the example for others around her. Elizabeth deserves praise for her daily efforts and how she continually shows up with an energetic spirit. And that I've seen in you, that energetic spirit that shines. She says, I couldn't be prouder of this young lady. And then one of our counselors, Mr. V, Anwar Velasquez, I know, he says this about you. In the time that this incredible young lady has been in school, her potential was beaming. This is the part I really like. Without her being fully aware. Like he saw that potential in you from the beginning. It has been such an honor to see that potential come alive for her. The potential that is creating internal and external growth for Elizabeth. The way she is allowing staff to challenge her is inspirational to me. Not only has Elizabeth grown, but she has helped me continue to grow as well. And that's what a great testimony. And the last one I'll share, I know you're probably ready to read them on your own instead of me sharing, but I want to share what our Learning Center lead and Student Activities Coordinator, Mrs. Sarah Gibbs, has said about you, okay? Elizabeth Snowden has a heart of gold, and having her in class was always a daily dose of fierce strength and great joy. She has a unique gift of connecting with others. She could always tell when I needed a smile or a laugh, which was a breath of fresh air. Watching her grow and achieve over the last 2 years has been so inspiring. I just love how she has grown up to become confident and sure of who she is and how much she matters in this world. So we all see that amazing potential. Your growth has been inspirational to so many, and I truly, truly believe you will continue to grow and be so successful, so inspirational in whatever you choose to do. So you've got lots of champions around you. So congratulations, Elizabeth.
All right, congratulations to all of our January students of the month. Now, students and families will have an intermission. You can have refreshments and snacks, and Mr. Dixon will take photographs. We'll resume our business meeting in 15 minutes.